Central Magnet, recognized for its academics. Well, that's where we are at today for What's Cool in School. Central Magnet was ranked #1 in the state and 3rd in the country according to U.S. News and World Report. Well, today we get to learn all about their DECA organization, their electives of construction and also robotics, a little history, and some on their athletics. There's a lot coming at you in the next little bit. Stick with us. We'll be right back. Here at Central Magnet, the business-based organization DECA started off with 13 students. Well, now they're celebrating 129 students. And the educator over this, we have Jackie Crawley-Harrison. Jackie, thanks for your time and for highlighting your group.
You're welcome.
So for those who may not be, and I would think everyone's familiar with DECA, for those who may not be familiar with DECA, too familiar, what do you hope that your students accomplish here in this organization?
Well, I hope when they actually go out into the world, the business world, they're able to present effectively. Okay.
And that's really, I mean, it can be a little intimidating, though you think you will present effectively. Yes. It's intimidating once you get up there. Would you say that your students are a little surprised sometimes once they step out of the classroom and make it to a presentation somewhere where they're going to present?
I think that they are prepared because we do testing, role play sessions. We want to make sure we set them up for success. So we do that after school.
Gotcha.
We get them ready. We get them ready.
I love that. And will you introduce the students that we have?
Yes, I've got Kyle Carter here. He's a senior.
Okay.
Anirudh Kondakula, he's a senior, and Anna Linares, who's a junior.
And 3 of 129. Are you surprised that you have 129 students right now?
Actually, no. I think that they have marketed the club really well over the years. Mm-hmm. They've shown their success, and they want their peers to be able to come as well.
Very nice. And talk to us about some of the accomplishments that you have or your successes of your DECA program.
Yes, we have increased from 13 members in 2015 to 129 members. And Kyle Carter, he was a 3rd place finalist in the international finalists.
Kyle, talk to us about that 3rd place win for you.
It was a lot of fun. I equate it to almost like a water slide. It all happened really quickly at the end. You think it's like 30 seconds, but it felt like hours on the build-up, obviously the line getting up there. I ended up going from districts all the way to the international competition. It was role plays and then about 100 question cluster tests each time.
What was the role play that you took part in?
So I did the restaurant food service role play. That's essentially anything from your 5-star steak restaurants all the way to your McDonald's and Chick-fil-A's, things like that. I covered different types of food and different cuisines. So you have your French style, your American style. You even have stuff that I learned past is British style, which there's a lot of different ones of them. But basically anything for that, I can be tested on random materials for about a 2-minute interview.
Interesting. Were you surprised when your name was called for 3rd?
I think I broke down a little bit. I was with my dad. I was not expecting it. Our club has never had someone even make it up to stage and get glass. So I was happy to be up at stage. And when I heard my name called, I was super excited, broke down a little bit, got to meet everyone and just in pure shock and disbelief.
Well, congratulations to you on that. Congratulations and definitely to the club. Obviously you were there for this.
Yes.
When his name was called, I mean, to have that first time to receive the glass.
Yes.
What was that like for you? Because again, you've seen the work that all of your students put in.
It was emotional, and I kept thinking, this is year 10, and it took that long, but it's okay. And all we can do is go up from here.
What do you hear from students who have graduated that did take part in DECA once they do get out into the real world? Or the adult world, I guess would be the best way to put it.
Adult world. They thank me sometimes. They reach out, and they just say that you prepared us for interviews and being able to speak in front of a random person, just public speaking in general.
Any advice for those who may be thinking about going into a DECA organization at their school? Or any kind of words of wisdom or maybe a little push to say, hey, do that?
Yeah, you can find your place. We can find something for you. Find something that you might be good at, and then we can just, we can help you get to where you need to be.
What's next for your program here, your organization?
Just increase membership, going back to ICDC in Atlanta, a little closer to home, and bringing glass, more glass.
We do hope that you get more glass in all of your competitions.
Yes.
Jackie Crawley-Harrison, thank you for your time over the DECA business-based organization here at Central Magnet. It's really cool. Congratulations
once
again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stick with us. We have more from Central Magnet when we come back.
It's been a welcoming experience with this area. We wanted to get in Tennessee and we tried a few other spots, but this one just fit. We've got about 400 to 500 vans right now. We do mainly rentals for vacations and any kind of insurance claims. Our vans are clean, affordable, no deposits, no credit card. We make it as easy as possible for you to rent. Let us take the stress out of your holiday vacation. Rent local, rent McCurry.
What better way to start your morning than with a cup of coffee and your local newspaper? Joni's and the Murfreesboro Post are pleased to present the Murfreesboro Post Roast. This coffee is selectively hand-picked on small family farms, using only the ripest cherries and washing in clean river water before sun-drying on raised beds. The resulting cup is balanced and bright, delivering juicy grapefruit and sweet caramel apple notes. Come on in to either Joni's location and try a cup today.
You're seeing the signs too, right?
What signs?
Welcome back. Here at Central Magnet, if you have an interest in engineering, if that's the course that you'd like, the path you'd like to go, well, the elective for you is robotics. And this is someone that we talked to last season. I'm so excited. Mr. Mark Guthrie, first off, thanks for allowing us to come back in.
Well, thank you for coming back.
So what class do we have right now?
Right now I have an Engineering 2 class,
Okay.
and they are working on figuring out mechanical advantages of simple machines using pulleys and levers and wheel and axle and all the 6 simple machines we have out there. So they're testing it, they're having to use sensors or using real force scales and such to measure with, and they figure out how to manipulate mechanical advantage, and it will eventually lead to a big project where we have to build a machine to do that with.
Very nice. For those choosing robotics as an elective, what can they look forward to?
It's all hands-on. They can look at from day one, we're building something. And then we compete in 4 different contests. We compete in the NASA Human Explorer Rover Challenge. We compete in First Tech Challenge Robotics. We compete in Robot Drone League. And then if we have time, we're going to also do the BattleBots locally that we compete in with Stewart's Creek.
I remember you mentioning that one last year, but when we were visiting last time, you were heading into a couple competitions. How did you guys do?
At the NASA HERC competition, we finished 4th. It was a good competition for us. It was fun. It was a brand new robot portion last year, so our students built a robot that could really go over the course well. This year we're working on our paperwork. We would have finished better if our paperwork had been better, so this year we're focusing on getting our recording, our engineering notebook stuff, our paperwork better for this year. We have a really good robot already built. The base of it's built. We're having to build some sensors and stuff up top to do some measurements on CO2 and other things like that, GPS, that kind of stuff.
Fascinating. What about the NASA competition?
The NASA competition, we're building two vehicles. We have a vehicle for that. It's kind of in the back of the classroom. It's a 2-person, a guy and a girl have to get on that vehicle and go across the course that NASA prepares. There'll be 16 countries from across the world, about 45, 50 teams from the United States and South America, India, Middle East. There's all kinds of teams that do that, and we're looking forward. That's a contest we did several years ago. And we're coming back and starting that up again.
Well, we were just chatting before we started, and you were mentioning that, you really got good at one competition. You kept winning over and over, but then you made a decision.
I did. We used to do Best Robotics, and we were very successful at Best Robotics. And it just got to where we needed to challenge ourselves a little bit more. And so we took on First Robotics Challenge. That was a little more than we needed. Just financially, we didn't have the funds to keep doing that one, so we went to First Tech Challenge. And that's a very, very competitive competition. We have a lot of good teams here in Tennessee, teams that have won the World Championships before. And so seeing those teams year after year makes us better. We're getting better. Our best finish is 2nd place in Alabama at their state tournament. We usually finish around 10th in Tennessee so far. This year, we've already started building that robot. We're launching.
Show me.
Yeah, let me show you real quick. Launching these big old wiffle balls. Into some baskets and such. So that's what we're working with this year to figure out the robot that will launch those across the field.
That's cool. I would like to highlight one student that we were talking about too, who actually patented an item.
We did. A couple years ago in my senior thesis class, we had a student, wait a second, he built this carabiner which you can now find on Amazon. It's called a better carabiner. He and his dad are working on a project outside. They were hanging something up and it kept spinning on them. So he and his dad built some kind of swivel hinge into this that can now, the carabiner swivels and hinges, and it's pretty awesome.
We could all use one of those. I'll just take
Absolutely
that one right here.
could.
No, just kidding. How can we follow what your robotics team, what they're doing?
We have a website. It's
Okay.
magnituderobotics.com. You can go there and follow it.
Got it.
Always checking our school site, our clubs, and kind of see what we're doing there. Look in the paper. If we try to advertise for stuff that we're doing.
Okay.
Look in the community. Our kids are doing stuff. We'll be at Steamapalooza in October at Discovery Center. November 15th, we're hosting a competition here at Central Magnet.
Okay.
We have teams coming from Memphis and Knoxville and Middle Tennessee to compete in that Robot Drone League competition. MTSU, February 21st, will be there competing in First Tech Challenge. And all kinds of stuff going on.
That's amazing. We wish you the very best of luck. My last question for you, how do you keep your students motivated and to let them know that they really can do anything they put their minds to?
You just keep challenging them. You just got, and you got to. I'm a big fan of failure. And if you look across the classroom, I believe in fail forward, and you challenge them to keep failing forward. You help them discover that, hey, I can do this. I can try this. I'm not going to mess up. If I do mess up, it doesn't cost you anything in high school to mess up. So take all the chances now, and you'll do much better in the future.
You've seen a little bit of everything. How often do they surprise you?
Every year I get surprised by somebody doing something special, something the unexpected. Because having done robotics now for 22 years, you kind of see the same thing a little bit over and over.
Right.
But every once in a while that creative mind just blows up and you're like, wow, that came off of nowhere. And I really like seeing that part of it.
That's wonderful. Mark Guthrie, thank you for allowing us back into your robotics classroom as, again, the students are working on what they're working on. We appreciate you. And again, good luck with all of your competitions.
Thank you so much.
Stick with us. We have more coming for What's Cool in School here at Central Magnet in just a minute.
It's been a welcoming experience with this area. We wanted to get in Tennessee and we tried a few other spots, but this one just fit. We've got about 400 to 500 vans right now. We do mainly rentals for vacations and any kind of insurance claims. Our vans are clean, affordable, no deposits, no credit card. We make it as easy as possible for you to rent. Let us take the stress out of your holiday vacation. Rent local, rent McCurry.
What better way to start your morning than with a cup of coffee and your local newspaper? Joni's and the Murfreesboro Post are pleased to present the Murfreesboro Post Roast. This coffee is selectively hand-picked on small family farms, using only the ripest cherries and washing in clean river water before sun-drying on raised beds. The resulting cup is balanced and bright, delivering juicy grapefruit and sweet caramel apple notes. Come on in to either Joni's location and try a cup today.
Hi, I'm Missy Acosta.
And I'm Stefanie Miller.
We're here with Community Checkup, and we would love for you to join us each month as we dive a little deeper into different organizations and events, happenings around Middle Tennessee.
You can find our Community Checkup episodes through our Main Street Media publications. Just go to the top of the page and click on How to Stream. You'll find Main Street Media TV on Apple, Amazon, and Roku. We'll also make it easy for you. Just download our mobile app, Main Street Media TV Mobile. You'll have all of our episodes right there at your fingertips. Welcome back. Construction has been an elective for students to choose from here at Central Magnet. Started in 2019. You've had a number of students that have wanted to be a part of this class. You were saying, what, 50 last year?
50 last year.
50 last
First year student.
I love it. We have Eric Benani with us. He is over this class. How excited are you when you see so many students sign up for it?
I'm stoked. I came from the engineering field.
Really?
I was a structural engineer before becoming a teacher. And so to be able to see them go into a field that I started in is very exciting.
Why'd you choose teaching? Why did you want to teach what you know?
I wanted something more. I wanted to give back to the community. So that's why I chose teaching.
So students can take their first class their freshman year and then continue up through their senior year. Walk us through what they're learning that first year up to that senior year.
So first year we start with just the basics of how to draw, lettering, scales, just small objects that they would draw, and they learn the different views and how to do that and dimensioning. That's what they start with in their first year. We do an architectural history project as well, where they'll look at the different eras of architecture and they do a presentation on that.
I love that. Okay, tell us who we have with us today.
This is Jacob and this is Maggie.
Okay. Jacob, Maggie, you're both seniors. What have you enjoyed most about this class?
Well, he mentioned the architectural history project we did in year 1 earlier. I had Greek history when I did that, and I was really fascinated exploring the different columns and aspects they use to differentiate their buildings. I really enjoyed learning about the reconstruction efforts they're doing, like on the Parthenon currently.
Very nice. What do you hope to do as you move through into adulthood?
I'm hoping to get into civil engineering. I really enjoy designing infrastructure and looking at all that.
Oh, wonderful. Maggie, I want to ask you, did you fall in love with architecture before this class, or did that come after?
Well, when I saw that Central had this class, I thought it sounded really interesting. I didn't know much about architecture at the time, but now that I've been here for 4 years, I've really started to love it.
So were you here before this became a class?
Yes, ma'am.
So how was this implemented? Where did that idea come from? Like, hey, we need this here. We want this here for our students.
Well, I still teach physics.
Okay.
But, that's what I was teaching, and as I got more comfortable in teaching, I approached Dr. Ash, and I'd like to bring this as an elective. It started out as an elective, and now it's grown into a full CTE program.
How proud are you of the students that have been in this class? Because again, to see that interest at such a young age.
Yes. I had that interest when I was a young age, and I wanted to be able to give that to them as well. So, and give them a way to explore that interest.
Is this a competitive field?
It is.
I would say competitive and challenging.
Yes, absolutely.
What is your advice to your students before they head out to graduation that senior year? What is that last piece of advice that you give to them?
Failure is okay. Okay? I mean, you're not going to succeed in everything you do. You don't want your buildings to fall down, but, not every idea is going to be a good idea.
Have to start somewhere, though.
Exactly.
Speaking of building, what do we have here? I see 2 of them.
Okay, these are our balsa wood house framing kits. Our second year kids start to learn 3D modeling. And so this is their end of the year project where they start to learn to put it all together. Both Jacob and Maggie, I think one of these might be theirs from the year that they did it. They use a set of plans and then they follow through the plans. They build the walls, they put it together, and it comes together and it forms a 2-bedroom house.
Is this a team project or a solo one?
It is a team project.
Okay, did you guys work together on yours? How did that help you learn how to work as a team?
It was very useful, learning, working with someone else, how to separate the work into you work on this part, I work on this part, and see how that comes together.
Very nice. And what I love about this is it starts at nothing and then all of a sudden this is your finished product. So I would say very rewarding. What do you hope for this program, this elective here at the school in years to come?
We have many students that want to go into architecture and civil engineering, and I hope that they take the class and that they are excited about their next step in their progress of growing to be an adult.
Oh, you have to be so proud. I love it. Thank you for sharing this with us here at What's Cool in School. This is pretty cool here at Central Magnet. Thank you again for your time. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
It's been a welcoming experience with this area. We wanted to get in Tennessee and we tried a few other spots, but this one just fit. We've got about 400 to 500 vans right now. We do mainly rentals for vacations and any kind of insurance claims. Our vans are clean, affordable, no deposits, no credit card. We make it as easy as possible for you to rent. Let us take the stress out of your holiday vacation. Rent local, rent McCurry.
What better way to start your morning than with a cup of coffee and your local newspaper? Joni's and the Murfreesboro Post are pleased to present the Murfreesboro Post Roast. This coffee is selectively hand-picked on small family farms using only the ripest cherries and washing in clean river water before sun drying on raised beds. The resulting cup is balanced and bright, delivering juicy grapefruit and sweet caramel apple notes. Come on in to either Joni's location and try a cup today.
You're seeing the signs too, right? What signs?
My name is Mark Kirksey. I'm the athletic director here at Central Magnet. I've been the athletic director since 2014. We're extremely proud of our athletes here. They do an excellent job of handling the rigors of their academic schedule, but also really excelling in athletics. Most people would assume that maybe athletics is not our main focus, which academics is our focus, but our athletes do a really good job. And we have, over the past 10 years, actually won the Rutherford County, the D&J All Sports Trophy 3 times, which you get points for individual championships, team championships, appearances in postseason play, and even without a football team, we've represented the county as the best all-around sports in the county 3 times in our history, and we're very proud of that. Our high school teams are very impressive with their academics. Every one of our high school teams is at a 3.7 cumulative GPA or higher, which is really impressive if you think about it. That's every GPA for every athlete that participates on a high school team here at Central Magnet. We're very proud of all the championships we've won, but more so we're building the next generation of leaders. Our athletes learn through the process of having to deal with the academic pressures they deal with, but also managing the time of being a student athlete, and they handle that so well. It's so impressive what they're able to do outside of the classroom, on the fields and on the courts, and we're very proud of what they're able to accomplish. This year, we've got several good teams. All of our teams do well. We're competitive in everything. Our girls soccer team right now is looking like they're going to make another run to the state tournament hopefully, and our girls volleyball team also is having a really great season. They're the #1 seed in their district right now. Coming up in the winter, our basketball teams are very competitive. We're moving into a new district with basketball and baseball and softball, so we're excited about that. Our baseball team's been to 5 state tournaments, which is a great accomplishment. We look forward to hopefully making it back there this year.
Our sports segment was brought to you by Sloan's Motorcycle and ATV. Now a word from the principal.
Well, Central, we've been here, this is our 16th year, but Central had a rich history before we got here. This building opened in 1950. The former Central High School building burned in 1944, and it took them a few years to get this built. There was a women's college on the property, and the students attended there until they opened. And it was the only high school in Murfreesboro. It was a source of great pride for all people in Murfreesboro. Very successful. They have had multiple state football championships, basketball championships. Their band was second to none. Their band marched at John F. Kennedy's inauguration, marched at different parades. It was a very successful school. Then the building became Central Middle School, and it was the only middle school. As a county, we had K-8s throughout the county. And this was the only middle school, and then Smyrna Middle opened. But for a long time, this was it. And it was exceptional. It fed Riverdale and Oakland, and had very good athletics, very good academics. They were very advanced. Mr. Tenpenny was principal here for a long time, and he was well ahead of his time in a lot of his procedures. Butch Vaughn was principal here, Will Shelton, Mr. Buford, just wonderful principals. And so we were very proud to be able to come into this building, and we do take a lot of pride on its history. We want to make sure the graduates of Central, their children, can come here and see their memorabilia, see that we take pride in it, and feel a sense of pride of what their parents did or what they did. In case this summer we had the 1960 reunion and the 65 reunion, and very successful people all out of this building. And so we like to, grow from that. We have been pretty successful at Central Magnet. This year, we're #1 in the state of Tennessee. We were the #3 school in America. We also, we had a state championship last year in cross country. We have a young lady playing at Lipscomb. We have a young basketball. We have a young man playing at Trevecca in basketball. We have a young man he starts at first base for Belmont. So, we want to be successful in everything we do. As y'all seen, DECA, robotics, HOSA, if we do it, we want to be good at it. And our kids rise to the occasion. Our motto at Central is always my best. And we take that very seriously. We expect our children, whatever they're doing, whether it is basketball or taking a calculus test, to give their best. It's not always perfect, but it can always be your best. And we hope they carry that through life.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Central Magnet, for having us out for a second year. We really enjoy going through your halls and connecting with your students and your teachers. Stick with us, because next week we'll have another school here in Rutherford County to share with us what's cool in school there. We'll see you in a week.